Chitra.
Yes, Mandy, good evening. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Morning, good evening. I have a testimony I could share.
Mm-hmm.
I got uh, I don't know how to say it. I do a lot of deliveries for work, and then
Mm-hmm.
I started writing like thank you notes on the bags. And last Wednesday, this woman opened the door and she was like, "Oh, I've been waiting for the right person to come by," and she wanted to hire me just to do
Oh,
some jobs. And
super.
so she's um had me come work twice, and then she also gave me this. She has a lot of expensive things she's trying to just like give away or sell, and
Mm-hmm.
she gave me this fancy watch. Like I've never had a watch this nice, and
Oh,
anyway, it was very
um,
cool.
how nice. How nice. So good. You started attracting such good things in life, Mandy. Good people and stuff.
Thank you. Yeah,
I know how diligent you are and how
thank you.
eagerly you have been waiting. Sorry, from the beginning of the year, I've been like really trying to get myself back into certain things, and sort of I figured myself out. So once I learn something, so it's really difficult for me to keep quiet, and I really want to share with people who are open. So that's the reason is I'm just teaching you guys a lot of these things, all biblical, but they are also very practical, right? So welcome to day 10. So I'm sorry yesterday we couldn't meet, but I'll try to be consistent as much as possible. I got a lot of things to share with you guys. I have a lot more content, but like I mentioned, I want to really teach with you guys some of the things on um, how to cultivate. We have been talking about heart transformation. Okay, um, your life is depending on the condition of your heart, so it's very important for you, for me and you, to know the conditions of our heart, and be very self-reflective so we could address. Okay, the step number one, if many time we have been operating out of unconscious or subconsciously, we are reacting, and taking actions. So that's the creation, that whatever life we have as of now is the creation of our own um, uh, thoughts with emotions, and intention set is what we have created. Okay, we are the God has given us the power of co-creating along with him. His spirit is inside us. So you got to be very intentional and be self-aware of what's going on in your mind, in your thought, so that you would be able to tweak and twist and align yourself. Sorry, my night lamp is just going berserk. Yeah, so I'm going to switch off. Yeah, so I had mentioned that how to transform your heart with a spirit of joy. Okay, so does anyone have any idea how to cultivate a spirit of joy? Do you want to share? You can unmute and speak. Okay.
One verse that really works for me is when it says, love sees the best in others. So, whenever the situation is very straightforward, that person is selfish or, anything, the reminder that see still the best. So, maybe some childhood trauma or maybe something because of which the person has behaved like that. So, when I turn that situation in my mind, the
Mm,
joy of the Lord just, restores in and that uh, what do you call, like Satan, how it throws the bait, right,
mm,
through people to
mm,
steal our joy. So
mm,
I think turning this verse turns a lot in a lot of places. This verse works for me that no
mm,
matter what, see the best,
mm.
and then God just protects my heart. That's how I see the word protects the heart.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so once you know how why people behave, why they do what they do, sort of looking at things from others' perspective, and guarding our heart away from offense. That's good. Yes, MP.
Ma'am, by doing things what we like, we will set our minds into positivity.
Mhm. Yeah, by doing things, it's a very good way of the dopamine shots. Like we really want to do things that we really like. I think I've spoken about it every day. Take some time out to do things that you really like. That's really good. Thanks. What else?
Gratitude every day makes our life be and joyful.
Spot on. Yeah. So
Small and
yes, learning to cultivate a sense of gratitude for every small things. That's we are really going deeper on that aspect. I feel like yeah, we started with 1 week, and then we extended to 2 weeks. Now I feel like we should do it for a month. Though I had mentioned about a lot of other topics like identity in Christ and emotional intelligence, I really believe that I can inject everything and come up with sort of teachings every single day, combining with gratitude and the other topics as well, sort of relate with each other, these topics, and finally end up with a meditation if you guys are in for it. Okay. So this joy of the Lord is my strength, right? So, but then we go to church and we sing song, and then all everything is sonky dory on Sunday, or in our case, a meetup, and then come home, one fight with your son, daughter, spouse, all the joy is gone, right? So our one fight with a manager told you something you haven't done a good job, then push, so we really cannot being in a situation unless until your nervous system is consistently rewired. You are teaching your brain to think in certain way and process, anticipating, oh, this so and so situation's coming, this is what I believe and this is how I'm going to respond. It needs a lot of preparation before meetings or before any situation, anticipating, or that'll be like a okay type, but then you're going to cultivate your heart, or you're going to rewire your nervous system to by identifying the things that are triggering you. Okay. So I sort of many of us think, oh, okay, when I make a little bit more money, I'll have a better life, I'll be happy. Or some people who are waiting to get married think, oh yeah, if I marry, maybe my husband will take care, my wife will take care. But behold, you are in for more trouble on a lighter note. So it really needs a lot more um, resilience and being adaptable, right? Um, so when two people come together, there's a lot to learn, adjust, and let go of your ego. So, and then sometimes you think, oh yeah, my when I get my promotion or when I get this title, that one, life is going to be much better. When my son, my daughter gets married or get a job, it's going to be life is going to be better. We are eagerly waiting for one event to the other, to the even for the events to unfold, and we think that circumstances will improve. Maybe my business is established, then I'll have stable income coming. But there are a lot of things that are not in your control. For example, the economic crisis or the war situation, petrol price going up, and there are a lot of things that are not in your control, right? So throughout the Bible, throughout in Christian history, mystics really discovered something different. They identified something different. I do believe joy is not something that we obtain from others or from situations or from events. Okay, it's about keeping our heart free. Okay, when our heart is free without any attachment, or we could say that when detachment becomes our practice, that's when you feel like your heart is light, and then you don't carry that heavy, heavy weight on your back, and then either the weight from the past or anxiety about your future. We forget to live in the present. Okay, we are always thinking about the past, that things that happened bad, or we are very worried about the future. Okay, and so I would compare our heart like it's a boat. Okay, and it's supposed to be sailing, okay, smoothly in the ocean of God's love and God's presence. But then what happens is that we have so many anchors. Okay, in a ship is stopped by, when before the ship stops, then they throw the anchor in the sea, and then it holds the ship, right? Like in our life, if I have to compare our life, our heart with a boat, there are so many anchors that we do have. All of us are excellent people. We really want to live a good life. We really want to do good things for people as followers of Christ. But the situation that the way that we are wired up really stopping us. I have shared one picture in the group, daily devotions group. Where is it? Yeah, so if you see, like, um we are in the ocean of love, of God's presence, of God's love. And the more and more anchors we have. Okay, let me try to share this one. Okay, it's going to take some time, so let me just talk. Yeah, so it's like the more and more anchors we have, it could be anchors could be in the form of guilt, shame, condemnation, fear, or self-reliance, or sort of pride and ego. Once we learn to let go of this, then we become lighter. We can just go up and enjoy the presence of God, the peace, the love and joy, and all these things. Okay, so what kind of anchors do we have is something that we really need to figure out. Okay, so uh, what are the things? Do you guys want to share? What are the anchors that all of us might have, or a common things? All of us, some of us, many of us, however you want to. Condemnation, yes. Thank you. What else do we have? Offense, condemnation. What are the other anchors really pull us down? Like Marina said, yeah, offense can easily come in. Fear, yeah, fear is uh, very important. Disappointment, yes. What else? Come on, think. Guilt,
Anxiety.
anxiety, yeah, anxiety, guilt.
Bitterness, ma'am.
Yeah, what was that?
Bitterness.
Bitterness, yes, bitterness. Uncertainty, of course, we don't know. We are worried about the future. Shame, yeah, we are very shameful of our acts, um, um, our situation, exhaustion, sickness. Yeah, okay. So many, 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 many anchors. Yeah, judging good and evil, polarized, being polarized. Yes, past experience of betrayal, of course, of course, of course.
Ma'am,
Very.
some people will wantedly trigger us.
Hmm.
Negative emotions, they wantedly.
Correct. You're right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so we all have past hurt, right? As long as we live, we have, unless until we have lived in a jungle with animals like Tarzan, we know we always we have past hurts, unforgiveness, fear of the future, regret from the past, need to control our life, our others, the outcomes of certain situations, certain decisions, control of how people should fit into our sort of expectations, our set of expectations, the framework. If they don't fit in, how we react, and attachment to outcomes. We are really doing something and certain way the outcome is not there, then we get very we feel bad, like that the bad, how it could be defined is like we really regret our acts, we feel ashamed sometimes, we feel guilty sometimes, we are very fearful sometimes. So no matter what it is, but it really pulls us down. It keeps us away from it keeps us away from letting our heart become free and light, so we could really enjoy life. Okay. So a lot of things to do with the detachment, a lot of things to do with the surrender, and letting go. Okay, letting go. It could be many times it could be very close to your heart. Some For some of us finances, for some of us our children, for some of us our titles, positions, for some of us our power, our influence, our social standing. So all these things are very close to our heart, and when that really is ripped away, and when that is denied or when we are rejected, then that becomes the anchors that will really pull you down. I'm using this word anchor so it's easy for you to resonate in a day, like when you now the coming days. um I told you guys to do, to reflect, to reflect either in the morning or the night would be the best time. Just reflect the whole day, what reflect and see one or two good things that have happened in your life, and one or two times that you got triggered, one or two times that you really did not feel good about things. Okay. So like I always say, we can only control what's in our hand. We can control ourselves, not the whole world. Our objective is to transform ourselves. We can transform, we can make an effort, but the outcome of people are like we have like 50 people in the group and 18, 20 people are joining. So I can't control just because people are, some have difficulties, some are watching the recording, some are observing what's going on in the group. So I really can't control. I can influence the people who are really resonating with me, who are going alongside of me. I can really transform, help them transform by God's grace. Okay. So there's certain things I can do, there's certain things I cannot do. Okay. So I want you guys to really remember what is in your control. Many times people come for prayer, prayer, but please pray for this and that. That person is doing this, that person is like this, person is like this, they should change it. Okay. But let me tell you, we cannot change others, we can only change ourselves. Okay. So there are so many different things, like many of you have mentioned fear. What fear does is it really narrows our perspective and causes us to only focus on ourselves. Okay. When we are fearful of certain situation of people or whatever it is, okay, if you have fear, then it keeps you away from a larger and a bigger perspective, and keeps you away from trusting in God. Okay, you're trying to preserve yourself with all your might. Okay, but all of us need the help of God. Okay, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of sound mind, right? And that's the reason we are doing meditation. Okay. And sometimes it could be offense, subtle offense. Okay. So and so I texted, but they did not reply to me, and they did not reply on time. They did not. I asked for prayer, I wanted to have a call, and it did not happen. So relationship always works better when there are two people come together and make an effort to make that relationship work. It's never one sided, right? Sometimes offense and unforgiveness could really keep us away. uh, and what we do is like I have gone through all these things. I'm sure all of us have. Earlier I never had this sort of revelations and understood, but I used to, in one situation or two situation my sisters would have behaved in certain way, and then next time when they speak, no, I put on the lens. Oh, in so and so situation this person spoke like this, so I filter all their conversation, their thoughts, the every interaction from them. I choose to put on this colored lens. Oh, so and so is always going to irritate me. So and so is always going to advise me the things that I already know. And so doesn't understand me at all, because what I believe, what my value system is so different, but they will continuously keep on eating my brain. My, like, always they are going to do this. So either I will used to avoid there, because my own sister, I used to avoid, or I used to get irritated, or I will just say, like, yeah, okay, fine, and just close the conversation, right? Some of you who are dealing with Gen Z would be able to relate. This is how our Gen Z people relate, right? So we choose to put on this colored lens. It could be for our parents, it could be for our siblings, or our mentors, or even pastors, or anybody, because we are not willing to look at the other person with a different perspective. God is like how God is working in you, God is also working in them if that person is open to be transformed, right? So the moment you focus on yourself, become a better person, that's going to transform others, because you're constantly vibrating that a sense of gratitude. You're constantly allowing the other person to notice how God's working in you. Okay, it's not about teaching, it's not about all those things. um if it is your children, definitely you need to guide them, but to certain extent. Okay, and then allow God to work in them. The control factors come in. Okay, and some people would have invested in something, there might have been a loss, and then next, there is no point in beating our chest and feeling so guilty and ashamed, and oh my God, and hitting our head, and then uh, you know completely stopping from that action. Learn from every situation, every people, and then just keep moving forward. Okay. And shame and condemnation. Many times we tell, this is one of the things I really want to focus on, guys. Okay. Shame and condemnation. Anything that happens in our life, we always seem to take the blame and condemn ourselves. I'm so bad, I'm not good in skills, I'm not good in talking, I don't look good, I don't make money, I'm not influential, I cannot teach, I cannot preach. uh, Somehow the mind seems to be really focusing on the things, all the bad things, bad things about us. Okay, have mercy and grace for yourself. This is so important. All of us Christians, we really give our whole life for the whole world, that we don't save ourselves. Okay, we always keeping that guilt and condemnation, no mercy on yourself, always becoming the savior for the whole world but you, right? I'm speaking to people, some of you, some of us who are in ministry, I've done that mistake, right? Have some grace, take some time to take care of your body. I'm uh, focusing on improving our identity in Christ, taking care of our emotions and our thought process, knowing who we are and letting go, surrender, becoming a transformed person, so that you start attracting people. And like Mandy said, like Ambeli said, many of you have shared that it's not about chasing things, it's about attracting things by becoming a better person. Okay, I wouldn't say better, but a transformed person. Transformation happens when we start looking at us internally, and then when the internal changes, it attracts the externally. Okay, you will never know who is going to give you that better job, or the finances, the miracle stuff that's going to happen. Don't you even worry about it. Just focus on the internal, and then see how miracles will unfold. Okay. So these are the things: attachment to control, shame and condemnation, fear, guilt, and materialism. Many times it's very easy for us to be holy, holy, holy when we are in the church and event and all that stuff. And then once the event is over, the fellowship is finished, and then we are morning just start with our flesh, materialism, trusting money and this and that. Oh, okay, we feel very good when we have some balance in the bank, and then other times the whole vibes go down, very becoming very anxious about it, right? So these are the things. But today I want to really I want you guys to address one thing, which I feel really is important, shame and condemnation. Okay, we'll discuss every single thing that I have spoken today. We will take time to reflect and then give God the gratitude and then do some meditation. Okay, today I want you guys to think about one or two things that you are ashamed of. Okay, or you have condemned yourself for one or two things, or you are ashamed of one or two things, and then write it down in your journal, right? um, and then ask yourself, okay, ask yourself, what is the truth behind it? Okay, what does the Bible say about this? Okay, what's the revelation I have from God for this kind of shame that I have spoken to myself and I have condemned myself? What is the revelation I have? What is God telling me? Okay, I'll just now 9:32. I will give till 9:35. I want you to write. Okay, when you write, you're really addressing it. I'll give you 3 minutes to write one or two things that you really are ashamed of or you have condemned yourself, and then also write the scripture reference or what God says about that. Okay, then we will enter into meditation. Okay. Once you're done, please put a thumbs up in the chat window. I have completed. If you are done, please give a thumbs up. I'll give 1 more minute. All right. Wonderful. So let me put the timer. We are going to enter the void and see if you are getting any thoughts of guilt and condemnation. Observe the thoughts and also set your intention to ask from God the Father, okay, what He thinks of you. Okay, let's see what He says. Going to put for 10 minutes. I hope that's okay with you all. Yeah. Mhm. Don't just try to imagine something what God will speak to you. Observe your thoughts, okay? And yeah, yes, no worries. You can do this exercise later also, but for now we can get into the void now. Observe your thoughts, okay? And while you are observing the thoughts, there will be something sudden revelation, sudden thing will come, and that will be God assuring you what He thinks of you. Okay, let's start. Pause.